The Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra is shaping up to be one of the most powerful smartphones of 2026. And much of the excitement comes from its processor, the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2. Snapdragon chips have always been associated with top-class performance. But the version inside the Galaxy S26 Ultra isn't just any regular chip. It's a specially tuned variant designed to push performance even further, making it the fastest Snapdragon you'll find in a smartphone right now, according to reports. Samsung's flagship is expected to ship with a processor clocked at 4.74 GHz. To put that into perspective, the regular Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2 runs at 4.61 GHz. Now, on paper, that's only a slight bump in speed, but the results in benchmarks tell a different story. The Galaxy S26 Ultra reportedly scores around 4,000 points in single-core tests, compared to 3,900 on the standard version. That difference may look small, but when you consider how much smartphone enthusiasts care about speed and responsiveness, every extra bit of performance counts. This small but meaningful boost is exactly why the Galaxy S26 Ultra is being positioned as the phone to buy if you want to experience Snapdragon at its absolute best. Other brands may use the same Elite Gen 2 processor, but Samsung's optimization gives it a competitive edge. Of course, it's always possible another manufacturer might try to squeeze even more performance out of the chip in their own devices. But at least for now, Samsung seems to be leading the pack. But as the saying goes, with great power comes great responsibility, or in this case, trade-offs. A processor running at higher clock speeds naturally consumes more energy. That means battery life can take a hit. Samsung hasn't increased the battery capacity for the S26 Ultra. It's sticking with the same 5,000 mAh battery that has been used in the Ultra series for the past couple of generations, including the Galaxy S25 Ultra. It's a solid battery size, no doubt, but the competition is starting to think differently. For instance, Apple is reportedly increasing the battery capacity in the iPhone 17 Pro compared to its predecessor. That could mean longer screen-on times for iPhone users, while Galaxy S26 Ultra owners might notice their device draining faster, especially if they push it with gaming, multitasking, or heavy camera use. Performance comes first for Samsung here, but some buyers may wish for a bigger battery to match the higher power output. And then there's Samsung's ongoing story with Exynos processors. For years, the company has wanted to reduce its dependence on Qualcomm by expanding its own chip lineup. Originally, Samsung planned for the Galaxy S25 series to launch with the Exynos 2500, but that plan fell apart when the chip wasn't ready in time, forcing Samsung to go with Snapdragon for its flagship. The Exynos 2500 finally appeared later in the year inside the Galaxy Z Flip 7. Now, all eyes are on the Exynos 2600, a next-generation 2nm chip that was rumored to be powering the Galaxy S26 series. However, based on the latest reports, it looks like Samsung still hasn't perfected it. This is why the Galaxy S26 Ultra is expected to rely on the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 2 for Galaxy instead. Of course, Samsung has a history of using a mix of processors in different regions. In the past, some markets would get Snapdragon-powered phones while others would get Exynos versions. Early rumors hinted that this could happen again for the Galaxy S26 lineup. But right now, most leaks suggest that Snapdragon will dominate across the board, especially for the Ultra model. So what does all of this mean if you're considering buying the S26 Ultra? In short, it's shaping up to be the ultimate phone for performance lovers. You're getting the best possible version of Qualcomm's most advanced processor, paired with Samsung's premium design, cutting-edge cameras, and one of the best displays in the industry. The chip is the star of the show here, giving the Ultra a unique advantage over competitors. But as always, whether you should upgrade depends on what you're using right now. If you're on the Galaxy S24 Ultra or even the S25 Ultra, the improvements might not be worth rushing to upgrade for. On the other hand, if you're coming from an older device, the leap in performance design, and overall user experience could feel massive. Interestingly, polls suggest that many users are taking a cautious approach, around half of potential buyers are in wait-and-see mode, holding off until real-world reviews confirm just how well the Galaxy S26 Ultra performs outside of benchmark numbers. It's understandable Samsung is promising a lot, but people want to see how it handles daily life, from gaming sessions to photography to battery endurance. At the end of the day, if raw speed, smooth multitasking, and having the absolute latest hardware excite you, then the Galaxy S26 Ultra is the phone to keep your eye on. It represents Snapdragon at its peak, fine-tuned to deliver the best possible Android experience. Whether it turns out to be the best phone of 2026 will come down to how Samsung balances its incredible power with efficiency. But one thing is clear: if you want to experience Snapdragon at its very best, the Galaxy S26 Ultra is where you'll find it.